Hey everyone, it is Lani. Welcome back to another episode of the PokeHaven podcast. I am joined by Luke this week as Rileyy is taking a bit of a rest break that he's been working very hard, so definitely earned that rest time for himself. So hello Luke, thank you for being on.
It's all good. I'm excited to talk about the topic that we're talking about today because it allows me to
Yes.
talk about stuff that I really enjoy, apart from Pokemon in general. But
Yeah, same here. I've been playing Mystery Dungeon again, so today's topic is going to be about a lot of the spin-off side games in the Pokemon franchise, such as Mystery Dungeon, Pokemon Ranger, even a couple of the other games, like some that are fan-made, some that aren't as well known. So it's going to be a very fun topic. But Luke, would you mind giving us the news for this week and what's been going on in the Pokemon world?
of course. So starting off Monday, we had some Pokemon Go shenanigans. We had a charge-up event starting in the Asian regions. It contained boosts of various electric Pokemon with Tynamo, Mega Manectric, and Thundurus Therian form now being available. The event ran from 10 a.m. local time, and it runs until March 22nd at 8 p.m. local time. It also includes new time research. In addition to this, the raid battles have a new bosses. So we are currently compiling details of the event, so there'll be information there. I'm sure there's more information there now as the week has come to a close.
Yeah, I actually saw outside my house there was a Thunderous Theory in Ram. Like, I have no one to do this with. I was so sad because there's just not
I
much
was
many
going in, I
players
don't play
around here.
anymore.
Oh, you were at work. I would have been like, if you were at work, I would have been like, Luke, come help me.
Oh yeah, true.
Time zones
um,
do that, my dude.
the Pokemon Go Battle League has also now shifted to the Ultra League format alongside the Premier Cup. That's running until March 29th, so by the time this goes out, that will still be running. That will be ending at March 29th at 9 p.m. UTC, which is about, if top of my head, 4 p.m. EST, maybe. I
Yeah,
think.
I think you're about right. I actually watched someone do some like Pokemon Go Battle League this weekend. Miss Mystic, who's part of the last project that's been running all weekend. It was actually really interesting to see. She had a Swampert, I think, Venusaur and a Charizard. I didn't actually realize how many people did the Battle League. I was very surprised to see. A lot of them had similar teams, but it was really interesting to watch, not gonna lie. I enjoyed
It's
watching it.
interesting because Pokemon Go meta works very similarly to mainline Pokemon games, surprisingly. There's always a few Pokemon with specific move sets that seems to work really well.
Yeah.
Um, so that's very interesting to see. I remember watching a championships once, and it's amazing how in depth it can be.
Yeah, I was very surprised as well, so I don't know. I might have to watch some more in the future because it really piqued my interest. I don't think I'd ever get into it because, again, I don't play a lot of Pokemon Go, but I think it's definitely something I will be watching in the future now that I've seen what it's all about. So, yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah. In Pokemon Masters, the Cyrus and Palkia event we mentioned last week has gone live.
Hmm.
It's Cyrus. The tells story of Cyrus coming to Paseo region in search for his new world, and allows players, as we mentioned, to get the sync pair of Cyrus and Palkia.
Yep.
Uh, in addition to that, a Spotlight Scout is now live that offers increased chance of getting the sync pair of Lycia and Altaria. I will say, from personal experience, this is an amazing sync pair.
Yeah, a lot of people have been saying that, and I don't want to talk about my scout luck because I
Oh
was in a call
yeah.
with a couple friends, and they said, "Go on, pull Marnie once in one pull. You won't do it." And I did. And I also got an extra 5-star in there. I can actually boot up my game and see what it is because I have a couple of them. Like I got Leon
Mm.
first try, and now I got Marnie, and I think I got one other one. I think it was one of the Generation 5 sync pairs. I think it was one of the trainers and one of the other Pokemon. I can't remember who it was, but everyone was like, I quit. This is so dumb. How is your luck this good? I'm just like, I don't know. I don't
I
even
get
play the
annoyed because
game.
I try so many. I haven't played it in so long, in all
Yeah.
fairness, but when I was playing it regularly, I tried so often to get certain specific sync pairs. Some I never actually got, and then you're out here, someone who doesn't really play much, just doing a sync pair just randomly, getting a sync scout, and then just getting the pair that's highlighted plus another 5-star because reasons, I guess.
Oops.
Um, but yeah, this year in Altaria, worth getting. Also, in Pokemon Masters, um, there have been some more upcoming changes that have been outlined. A new story event called Paseo Explorers, Egg Explorers,
Oh my god, the
will
puns.
will come in early April, featuring 2 sync pairs in seasonal attire and various new egg Pokemon. Unova will also come to Champion Stadium, with Alder and Iris being the champion you face depending on the week, and that starts in early April.
Ooh.
In early April, Chapter 28 will be added to the main story, and the main story will conclude in late August, which is very exciting.
Good.
A new story event, Trials on the Isle, will begin in mid-April, and the event includes new sync pairs from the Alola region. So that's exciting.
Oh boy, you're gonna hate me. So I just did one sync pair for Iris.
Oh, fuck off. Did you get it?
Yeah, I just got Iris.
Hashtag Lani hacked in comments, please. Lani hacked.
I'm not hacking, excuse you. I don't even know how to play this game. I went to look at my level 5s, I saw, oh, I have 3k gems. Let's do a sync pair pull, and I saw the animation for Iris. I was like, oh boy, people are gonna get more salty at me. So the 5 stars I have is Nate and Braviary is one of them. Leon Charizard, Lieutenant Surge, and Luxray. Blue and Pidgeot, Marnie, and Morpeko, who is this? Rosa and Snivy. Serena Fennekin, Brandon Trico, Hilbert and Oshawa, and now Iris and Hydreigon. All that I have. Oh my god, I can feel the salt from here, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you got so many confusing pairs that I tried getting. Like, I don't think I ever got Nate and Braviary, but I was trying for that for so long. And I never got it, I was so sad. I will attest that the Rosa, I've got Rosa and Superior, and that's an amazing sync pair. And Blue and Pidgeot is also amazing.
Yeah, I really need to learn how to play this game, so please, someone teach me. I want to get into this.
I'll teach you. It'll be fine.
Okay, cool. Let's do that. Coaching sessions. Let's go.
Yes. That's for Monday in the week. Tuesday, in Pokemon Go, Niantic announced the next Pokemon Go event. The event is the Weather Week event and features an increase in Pokemon pertaining to the rainy or wind weather effects, and includes shiny rainy form cast form in the game. That's a tongue twister.
Yeah, that is.
And that's the first time its shiny variant has been visible in a Pokemon game.
Oh, wow.
It runs from March 24th, so it hasn't started yet. It runs from March 24th at 10 a.m. local time to March 29th, 8 p.m. local time. So by the time this goes out, you can still get ready for that cast form event. It's going to be interesting to see how many people try and get one to transfer it to a main game. I'm tempted to try as well, but I know my luck is awful.
That's fair enough. I don't think I would go play that Pokemon Go event, but it does sound fun for those that play a lot. And I don't think we've had cast form in the game before. I mostly get the sunny ones because, hello, Australia, the weather here, you know how it be. So I think that'll be fun for people that play the game a lot. So yeah, I'm all for that for everybody. I hope you have a good time with that.
This event also features increased spawns of Vaporeon, Lotad, Stunfisk, and more from March 24th through March 27th at 10 a.m. local time, and Skarmory, Tailo, Pidove, and more will appear in the wild from March 27th, 10 a.m. local time to March 29th, 8 p.m. local time. So the first few days of the event, certain specific Pokemon will be available more likely, and then the second half, different Pokemon.
Okay.
As regards eggs, Psyduck, Poliwag, Swablu, Drifloon, Mantike, Timpole, and Ducklet will be in 5 kilometers. Slowpoke, Tynamo, and more are in 1-star raids, while Swellow, Pelipper, and more will appear in 3-star raids. There will be field research tasks and a timed research, which lets you encounter Pokemon such as Rainy Form, Cast Form. Pokemon with the Weather Boost will give extra Stardust during the event, and there will also be new avatar items in the shop.
Ooh, that'll be very, very cool. Lot of good items there. Hopefully they'll
so it's very weather focused, which it is a weather week, so that makes sense.
But I think that's kind of funny because right now, as I'm recording this, and it's been the last couple of days here in Australia, it's been pouring rain. It is absolutely pouring rain. So I find that hilarious. Hey, it's not sunny all the time, alright? I know you lot up north think, oh my god, it's constantly hot and like deserty weather here. No, it's usually raining after about summer, so it's currently just raining all the way home.
I mean, 90% of Australia is desert, so
90%? What do you mean 90%, alright? It is not that much desert. That's like, okay, half the country, yes, the rest of it is like urbanized, alright? You want to go to the desert, you go out west. Plain and simple.
No, it's gonna be way too hot. I ain't doing that. In Pokemon Go as well, the Charge Up event is now beginning. This event contains boosts of various electric-type Pokemon, with Tynamo, Mega Electric, and Thunderous Ethereum form now being available. We spoke about this just earlier, but this event was actually starting.
Yeah.
It'll be over when. Oh wait, talking about we're probably going to date this. When it's been posted, it's being posted tomorrow from when we're recording this.
Yeah, so tomorrow, probably at 5 or 6 p.m. EST, this will be live up on Spotify and YouTube. So there is both an audio and a video version for whichever platform you prefer to use for podcasts. So it'll be tomorrow that this goes up.
So if you're watching this and you're watching it the moment it goes live and you're in EST, you still have a couple of hours left.
Yes.
So it also includes new time research, raid battles and new bosses, as we mentioned. Fantastic stuff. Also, in Masters, the next event has been announced. This event is a new story event called Shining Heart of Dragons, and will provide a story featuring Iris and offers a Pokefair scout to get Iris and Hydreigon.
I just got that.
Yeah.
So we're well aware that's already out. So...
Not only did you get it on this recording, so I'm so
I
sad.
put it on Twitter, like right now I'm expecting everyone to be like, can you just knock it off? Like, never.
Can I have some of that luck, please? Because I never get that lucky at all.
Oops-a-daisy, what can you do? Alright, Wednesday, the referral feature for Pokemon Go is now available in Australia. So I did boot up Pokemon Go and saw that. I was like, oh, cool. So as we explained last week with this system, very briefly, players can get a code to give to players who've been active for 90 days or more, or new players after 3 days, they will get some rewards. These rewards are based on tasks that the player completes, and the returning/new player will also receive rewards including encounters, raid passes, super incubator, new stickers, rare candy, blah, blah, blah. I'm not good at English, we both know this. Mega Energy and Incense will provide full details so we get them, including further details on the rollout. So that is out in Australia. I'm not too sure how that's been going. Like I said, I'm not very in the Pokemon Go scene. I see bits and pieces here and there from people I follow on Twitter. But I imagine for those creators that are in Australia, that's probably going very well for them with, like, especially if you're on Twitch, you can hopefully use the referral program as much as you can, get a lot of new players in, so not only do you get rewards, but they get a good boost into the game and just be able to hatch eggs and things like that a lot faster and all that sort of thing. So I think that's pretty cool. Thursday again was more Pokemon Go Masters news. There's a lot of that going out. So the Shining Heart of Dragons event was now live. This event runs until April 3rd and tells the story of Iris becoming the champion of Unova and showing it in Paseo. In addition to that, a Pokemon Fast Scout is now live that offers a chance of getting the sync pair of Iris and Hydreigon. Alongside this, the special gift of 3,000 gems and 60 scout tickets for the Twitter campaign on the launch of Leon and Marnie is also now being distributed. I did just do those 2 tickets now. I got a dupe Herb Hubert, and I got, I think it was one of the steel type sync pairs, I believe. I can double check which one that was. Oh yeah, it was Jasmine and Steelix.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, if you do that one, I think it's 30 tickets per scout per pool, but you get a guaranteed 5-star. So if you need specific ones, maybe go try use that and see what you can find. I don't believe it's a limited amount. I do think it's all 5 stars that are out. Let me double check.
It's most, I think.
I think it's most of them.
Minus event sync pairs, I think.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find the thing up on the news part here. Where is it? Because I was just there. Now I can't seem to find it. But yeah, I got a dupe and a new one. So there are chances for dupes. I don't think dupes are too bad. I think you get like a skill increase if you get another one or something like that. It's like other gacha games.
How Masters works, yeah, if you get the same sync pair again, you level up the moves, you do a slightly bit more damage, and the stats go up slightly.
Okay.
And that happens up to 5 times, after which if you get more dupes after that, you'll get more level up tickets, which allow you to level them up quicker. So, all is great with that.
Yeah, all is great with that. And then Friday, we had quite a lot of news, actually, in the games, anime, and the TCG department, so we'll quickly do a lightning round through that before we get into our main topic. In the game department, for Pokemon Sword and Shield, a new distribution had begun. Starting on the Friday, you'll be able to get sealed code to get a Dynamax Crystal, which gets you a max raid battle against Gigantamax Appleton in Sword and Flapple and Shield. This is to time with the release of Battle Styles TCG set. This event runs from today until April 19th. It is given in the following locations: Game Mania, Micromania, GameStop. I think it looks like it's a Europe event by the looks of the locations. Belgium,
Yeah,
Netherlands,
only...
France, and Italy. Oh,
Yes,
that
so
sucks. I
nothing
wanted
from
one.
me.
I like free Gigantamax Pokemon.
Nothing for me, sadly.
Feels bad, man. Alright, Pokemon Sword and Shield again. Battles for the next online competition had begun. I'm pretty sure they have concluded as of yesterday or today. This competition...
Today.
Oh, today, yeah. Cause I keep forgetting I'm in the future. It's the 22nd for me at the time of recording this, so forgive me if I get time zones a bit confused. The Spikemuth Cup is a single battle competition that allows for you to run standard rules, only allowing Pokemon in the Galar Pokedex, Crown Tundra, and Isle of Armor Pokedex. Also blocking restricted Pokemon and Mythicals, but you can't Dynamax all players who enter get 50 BP. So basically, it was Lani versus Pierce. Essentially, you could bring stuff, but Dynamaxing, no legendaries from what I saw restricted Pokemon. So I did see overall from what online and from being in a couple different people's channels on Twitch, they really enjoyed this because it had people having to think a bit more about their play instead of just like sending out like a Glacier or something and just like snowballing the entire battle. So it was really fun to watch. I hope they do more like this. Not that I don't like Dynamax. I think Dynamax, as I said last week, was a very cool feature to bring into Pokemon, but I do like not just relying on that for a win because it takes you to have to think a bit more. Some people don't, they just spam attacks and just go with that, but some of the battles I saw were a bit more strategic, had some fun little plays and setups. So I was like, oh, that's pretty cool to see. So I hope they do more like that in the future.
It reminded me of like Usum compared to battling, and I had a lot of fun.
I had
a lot of fun with that in the past.
Yeah, very, very one. A lot of fun. Quickly, just for Pokemon Cafe, the next event has been announced for Pokemon Cafe Mix. Hatchram will return in a repeat team event from the 24th of March through April 7th, giving players another chance to get it. And then in the anime department, the latest episode for the Pokemon anime aired in Japan today. This episode features Ash face off against a trainer he lost in the past. Will be updated with contents of the episode, and then the episode aired. We've been able to update Ash's biography. There's just some minor stuff, really. Just basically the new episode was out, and they just updated a bunch of information regards the anime. I don't know if I've been gonna watch this one. I kind of fell out of the Pokemon anime, to be honest. I've been watching more like quote unquote mainstream anime, so I've been consumed by that. I don't think I'll go back to watching it for quite some time. And finally,
the last time I watched Pokemon anime was Sun and Moon, and I haven't even watched all of that, nowhere near. So no idea.
And then finally for TCG, the Pokemon Sword and Shield TCG set Battle Styles was released. This contains over 180 cards of various Pokemon, including various Pokemon V and VMAX, and adds the feature of Single Strike and Rapid Strike cards based on the fighting styles of Urshifu. It is made up of the Single Strike Master and Rapid Strike Master sets from Japan, and the listing was updated on the website for Cerebi for you guys to check out. Some of the art for these cards, not gonna lie, is absolutely gorgeous.
Oh my god, yeah, I've seen it, and it looks so good. It's gonna be. It already is really hard to get a hold of them, but for those that do, I know that it just looks so good. I just love the card art so much, and I wish I could have some, but they're too expensive, and I'm not gonna fork out that much money because
No, I'm not either. Like, you can't even find any around here. It's ridiculous. Like, you just can't find any TCG cards around here, not gonna lie. It's really hard. Or it's like $250 for a booster box.
Yeah.
Yeah, and for me, I cannot justify that expenditure, so I'm just like, I'll miss out. Maybe one day won't be as bad as it is. Well, not bad, I can't say that's the wrong one. I think just because there's such popularity right now, they're in such high demand, unless you get onto it like quick smart, you miss out.
Yeah.
So I think it's very hard for that, so apologies for my wrong choice of words. And then Saturday and Sunday are the Pokemon Go Shiny Mew research. This I did see people get a bit excited about. As players will have managed to catch a Pokemon a day for at least 30 days, we're starting to get further details for all-in-one Masterwork research. It gets you a Shiny Mew at the end. Shiny Mew.
Which is pretty exciting.
Yes, that is very exciting. And then they had like a brief detail about it on the Saturday, and then as of Sunday, they have full detail on all pages for the Master Research, all-in-one 151, which is accessible to players who purchased a Pokemon Go Tour Kanto ticket last month and played in the event. Then completing Shiny Ditto research. This research was designed to last a while to complete and offers a chance to get Shiny Mew. So I think when that tour ticket came out, I think there was a bit of backlash about that. I think some people didn't
definitely was.
Didn't like the idea of having to pay just for that. From what I saw, like I said, I'm not too in the know, but Luke, do you have a bit more insight into that than I do?
I mean, I think it was a lot of like the amount of content you get and like the one or two extra Pokemon you can get and extra stuff you can get. But it just seems like the cost to get all that in Pokemon Go just seemed a little bit too steep. And I know that there are definitely going to be people that are going to get it anyway. A lot of people have. And there's nothing wrong with people that do get it. I just think that it's coming to a dangerous point at the moment where, in my opinion, Niantic know that they can charge for that kind of thing for prices that are a little bit too steep because they know people will get them anyway. It's just, I don't know. I think it wasn't worth as much as it was. I can't remember exactly how much it was, but I
Yeah.
think it could have been sold for a little bit cheaper. I think if it was, there wouldn't be anywhere near as much backlash.
Yeah.
But I could be completely wrong. But
I agree. A lot of people can't afford to spend money on mobile games.
yeah,
Like most people are free to play. There's the occasional pay to like quote unquote pay to win purchase or like people that spend money. But then you've got people which in gaming terms they're called whales, which are people that spend a lot of money either on gaming or something else. So those people tend to be a bit more ahead than the average player. So for someone like that, spending money on a pass like that wouldn't have mattered to them. But for maybe a younger person or someone that just doesn't have the resources to spend money a lot on a mobile game, it would have been a bit of a low blow. Like, oh, I can't take part in this event because it's priced this much, especially if there's a currency difference too if you're in a different country. Like, I know for us here, it's a bit more steeper for in-app purchases than in other countries just because of, again, currency conversion. So whatever is priced somewhere in America is usually about a lot more expensive. Not a lot more, but there is a significant price difference when you convert it to Australian dollars. I can see it's not benefiting for everybody, so maybe if they listen to the community, because I know quite a few of the bigger creators voiced concern about this, maybe next time they won't either make it something they have to pay for, or maybe it'll be a bit more affordable for the casual player. But hopefully,
I think they're always going to make it something that's cost. I don't think they're ever going to do something like this free of charge.
yeah.
And from a business standpoint, why would they? They're making a lot of money from it.
Oh, absolutely. Maybe just not at that price threshold again. Maybe
Yeah.
just a little bit cheaper. Because you think about it, the amount of people that would buy it if it was cheaper would outweigh those that naturally wouldn't, as is.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm surprised that they didn't do that. But I mean, I'm not a business expert. I don't know what would work and what doesn't. But it just seems like it's like you say, it should be a lot more accessible. And I think that's what matters.
Yeah, for sure.
Because then that's where the money's going to come in. The more people that get involved, the more money you'll make. That's basic business.
Yeah, exactly.
But they're also got a huge player base that have bought the Kanto ticket. So who's to say what is and isn't working?
Yeah, that's completely true. And that's all the news for this week. So let's get on to the topic that Luke's very much itching to talk about. Pokemon side games and spin-offs.
Yes.
I can't say for certain, but I'm assuming most people that play Pokemon at least one time have played a game that's not quote unquote main series. So whether that be Pokemon Ranger, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, Pokken, and I think we had like a bunch of games on Wii and things like that, and then like Pokemon Snap is coming out very soon or is out, and people are very excited. So like we've all played one of those games in our lifetime. So
Yes.
Luke, what was your first spin-off game?
Oh, my first spin-off game was a game that me and my younger brother spent so much time on, and that was the 2 Pokemon Stadium games on Nintendo 64.
Oh yes, that was my first as well.
Those games were so damn fun. Like the battling you could do outside of the gym leader challenges. Funny that term.
Hey,
Like
wink, wink.
the the gym leader tower, which was weirdly hard. I remember it being very difficult. And it was just it was what I'm surprised a game like that does not exist for Switch. I'll be honest, because the amount of money that would make, is just plus the mini games. The mini games sold it. The amount of times that me and my brother have spent in playing the mini games, like even Pokemon Stadium 1. We had both games, and we'd go back to Pokemon Stadium 1 for certain mini games. It wasn't a case of Stadium 2, which is better in every aspect. It was great, but so was Stadium 1. They both had their pros.
Yeah.
And there'd be certain mini games that we know we enjoyed. Like, cool, we're done with Stadium 2. Let's put the cartridge for Stadium 1 in and just play those. It's a game that I still find fun now. I haven't played it in a while, but I'd love to be able to play it again because it's so fun. But that was my first side game.
Yeah.
I never played the original Snap.
I played a little bit, but I was more into Stadium because I played with my cousins, and mind you, there was a bit of an age gap because they're older than me, and I used to beat them in all the battles constantly. And they're like, how do you even remember all these type matchups? And I just shrugged my shoulders, and they were just like, oh, wow, okay.
I'm
Like,
a
I was
nerd.
like 6, 7 years old, maybe a little bit older, but I was always really good at that. And then, like I said, I did play a little bit of Snap, but Stadium was my first, like, side spin-off game that I played. And then Mystery Dungeon was a thing back when we were younger on the Game Boy.
I never played the Game Boy version. I only was ever able to play the DS version. I played Blue.
I think there was a Game Boy version, unless I'm getting it confused. Yeah, there was, I'm pretty sure.
There was a Game Boy version called Red Rescue Team, and the DS was Blue Rescue Team.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
I think
it was.
they both came out at the same time.
Yeah, I believe they did. I'm just double checking. Game Boy.
Because at the time, Nintendo DS had but the kids, you'll find this really surprising. The original Nintendo DS had a Game Boy cartridge slot at the bottom of the console, and you could play Game Boy games, and they played on, I believe, the bottom screen.
Yeah, shocker.
And I know there was a little bit of interaction you could do between both games if you had both game cartridges in.
Yeah.
I think that was just like training Pokemon between and training items.
Yeah.
But those games were so fun.
They were so fun. I think I had red and my brother had blue, because when my brother used to play a lot of Pokemon when we were much younger, so whatever version I had, he always had the opposite. So that way we didn't have the same ones and we would fight, because then we couldn't figure out who had what. So my mum would always get me one version, and then my brother would get the other one. But as he got older, he lost interest and was started playing like Call of Duty and Halo and stuff. So whenever Pokemon came out, I always made sure I got the version I wanted, because version exclusives. But yeah, I had Red Rescue Team, and it was a lot of fun. Very much spent way too many hours on that as a kid on my Game Boy, and when eventually it was on my DS, and my mum would be like, "You need to go to bed." I was like, "But I don't want. I need to finish this dungeon." She's like, "Finish it in bed," and then I'd finish it, turn my DS off, and go to sleep, then wake up again. And if I wasn't at school, I was playing on my DS. Like, there was not a time in my life I didn't have a console or a controller in my hand. Like, I've been a gamer for so long. So having that and being able to take it with me and play it wherever was awesome. I couldn't take it to school though, because school didn't let her, and my mum was worried like bullies would like break it or something. So it was always reserved for just playing at home, because even though it was Pokemon, you were still like considered a nerd or a loser for playing. At my school, at least, playing Pokemon. It's like, you're playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Why is that not on the same level, you know?
Yeah,
it's just,
for sure.
Just couldn't take it to school. And then I think my next one after that was the Explorers of Time and Darkness, and then we got Sky, which is like the best mystery dungeon in my opinion. Also, I know people will disagree, but
one thing I will say, Pokemon Blue Rescue Team, that was the first time in my life I experienced emotional pain.
Oh, like, the endings of those games, dude. Oh, I was like, no, my partner, I'm leaving, and they're crying. How dare I do that?
I straight up cried. Like, I was so sad. And then the same thing happened in, like you mentioned, Time, Darkness, and Sky. Like,
that hurt even more. Not gonna lie. That really did hurt.
I personally have a preference of Blue Rescue Team over Time and Darkness and Sky, but that's because I spent a lot more time in Blue Rescue Team.
I mean, that's fair. You build that, like not connection, but just like you have so much time invested into one game. It's like, how can I go do it another one after so many hours on that particular save file? Like, I completely understand that. I think for me, Sky holds more of a place because I got to be Shinx, which before Generation 6 was announced, Shinx and like the Shinx evolution line were like my mascots. I love Shinx. It was the closest we had to like a lion Pokemon. So the fact that I got to be one and run around rescuing Pokemon, defeating legendary, saving the world, I was just like, this is my dream come true.
It was so good.
My dream has been realized. Like,
now you're playing the remake on Switch on stream.
I have been playing the remake. It's of Red and Blue, isn't it? The DX one. I always get it
Yeah.
confused. Yeah, it's Red and Blue. I am currently an Eevee, and then this nerd here found out. He's like, you have to pick Psyduck and name it after me. I was like, yeah, all right. So I've been playing that. Funny enough, quick self promo. First episode's out. So if you guys want to watch that, can you go do that on YouTube? That would be cool. I got a second episode out tomorrow. So I've been recording and uploading it as much as I possibly can, or streaming it and then putting up on YouTube. It's been a lot of fun revisiting, so I'm very much enjoying it a lot. I think we had just finished doing Mount Steel and did some more jobs, and then Team Meanies showed up, so...
Oh yes, those fun characters.
Yeah, every Mystery Dungeon game had them in it, whether it's the exact same or something similar. I think in Sky it was Skunk Tank Wheeze, and then with Time and Dark it was Skunk Tank Wheezing and Zubat, right?
Coughing and Zubat, yeah.
Oh, coughing. The baby form. I forgot nothing's evolved until post game. Everything evolves in post game. You know. Yeah. Good old post game. Which I will say, what did you think of post game for DX? I haven't gotten there yet. My chat's been telling me bits and pieces, and some of the dungeons, they're like, oh, they've got these many floors, and you have all these restrictions or conditions. I'm just like, oh, fun.
Well, it's pretty much exactly the same as thanks. It's pretty much exactly the same that Blue and Red Rescue Team. The post game, the dungeons when you first get to them are not easy. There definitely are a few dungeons with 99 floors in. And the post game, I love the post game in Mystery Dungeon games. I think Red and Blue and the remakes DX done it perfectly. I think Time, Darkness, and Sky done the post game amazingly. I think like the way the remake has done it, it's kind of almost like streamlined it a little bit nicer. Where like you have an idea in the post game. This isn't spoilers. You have many different dungeons that you can go to. You have pretty much like so many of them available to you. There's definitely an order in which is best to do them in, but you can go to whichever one you want, and that's a cool thing. Even though you probably 99% of the time will die, but
I feel like that's a given with post game. Like it adds that new level of difficulty and challenge, especially if you're a player that loves to level up your teams, your different teams that you have, because I didn't know that after the game, because it's been so long since I played, I'm going to be able to actually evolve myself, which is an Eevee.
Yes.
And I'm pretty sure I'm going for Espeon, just because I do love, obviously, Vaporeon for many reasons, one in particular, but we'll talk about that another day. I also really like Jolteon as well. I feel like Espeon will be really good, because it just gets some good moves, and plus I already have a water type, which is going to be Golduck when you eventually evolve, so I was like, I don't want double up on water typings. I think I'll just go Espeon, so that'll be fun. Definitely looking forward to that. And then there's the ability to shiny hunt in DX, which I am looking forward to, just to see if it actually can work for me.
The amount of shinies I've come across in Mystery Dungeon, honestly, it is insane. I have never got any of them on my team, but they do show up, at least either I got really lucky or they can show up in quite a bit of an abundance every now and then. The strong foes are the ones you're looking for.
Yeah.
Because, and a little thing that I really liked about the game, this is such a nerdy, specific part of it. In the main series game, I'll speak about it just very briefly for context. Shinies were added to the game in Generation 2. Rapidash's shiny in Generation 2 had grey flames. From Generation 3 onwards, it was changed to purple.
Yep.
And it was the other way around, I think. Purple flames Gen 2, Generation 3 onwards, grey flames. And I love the purple flames because it's kind of like, I might have this the other way around, my brain's dying, but I love the Generation 2 one because it has like a ghost vibe to it.
Yeah, it does give off that vibe for sure, and I completely agree with that statement.
The shiny form of Rapidash in Mystery Dungeon is the Gen 2 version, not Gen 3 onwards, and it made me really happy when I saw it. Because they shouldn't really, keeping up with how the Pokemon games were, they shouldn't have done that, but they did, and it made me happy that I noticed.
It's always good to notice, you know.
but it was such a cool looking shiny. I've not got one on my team yet, but Mystery Dungeon games are amazing.
Yeah, I've seen in my Discord. I've had a few people post when they've been finding like the shiny strong ones in Mystery Dungeon. I'm like, oh, they do exist. I think one of them was a Dragonite. I think actually one of them was a Rapidash. Let me take a quick squiz because I'm pretty sure one of them was a Rapidash. I gotta just scroll up to find it. I think it was either here. It's in my general chat. I think it's in my general one. You have a tweet. Yeah, one was a Dragonite, and then oh no, it was a Zoomerl actually. One was a Zoomerl.
Yes, I've seen a Zoomerl as well.
And one is a Dragonite, and I was just like, oh, they actually are real. Maybe I'll find one.
I was surprised when I saw them. I didn't know they existed, and then it was sparkling at me. I was like, okay. But yeah, they're so good. Speaking about Mystery Dungeon so much. Other side games, Pokemon Ranger series.
Oh, I love Ranger. I have the original. I managed to find like a pretty much a mint condition one with the game case intact with the game manual for like $40. I was so happy.
God.
I was so happy.
Yeah, wait. Is that the original Pokemon Ranger?
Yeah, the original on DS.
Is it an untouched version? Does it have?
I haven't finished it yet, so I'm planning to stream it because Rileyy, shout outs to Rileyy again, amazing bean, and other co-host. He actually redeemed for me to play it on stream, so yes. I look forward to playing it. And if it does have the Manaphy egg, it's gonna take me a long time, but I think I will try to find the shiny Manaphy.
Yes.
But the game cartridge is like mint. There's no scratches, there's no dents in it, like it looks pristine. So I don't know if it has the Manaphy egg. Like I said, once we get to the end of the game, I'll be able to find out. But I do have it, and then I have Julie. She, I know she's going to. She's probably gonna let me know when she mails it. She's sending me a copy of Shadows of Almia because she doesn't play it. I
never played that one. Pokemon Ranger 1 was the only Ranger I played.
I played all three. I actually have the guidebook because I'm such a nerd. I actually have the guidebook for Guardian Signs. That's how much I was into it. Yeah, I know I'm a nerd. What do you want from me? What do you want from me?
Pokemon Ranger was so good. Pokemon Ranger was a game that belonged to one of my older brothers originally. I only played it because either I pestered him too much so he let me play it, or he just said, oh, you should have a go because it's a good game. And my wrists got very tired on that game.
Oh my god, yes. The amount of like drawing in circles you had to do at like really rapid paces to catch some of those Pokemon. And if you didn't do it and your stylus broke too many times, you lost that Pokemon. I was always so upset when it was something I really wanted. I was like, why you do this to me? Just like a big like, no moment, you know? I was just so upset at like 10 years old. Like, I wanted that on my team and now it's gone. I'm so sad. I was a very sad little bean.
Such a good game.
Oh, such good games. I loved having, I think it was I think you had plus or minus, depending if you picked a boy or girl. It's been so long since I've played. The last time I played Ranger, aside from just checking the save file and getting it all like set up and everything for when I eventually do play it on stream, I think it was almost 10 years. I was actually, it's about 10 years ago. A little over 10 years ago since I last played it. I'm saying that makes me feel so old now.
I believe you have a minor as a male and a plus or as a female.
Okay, yeah.
And it's just such a good game. Like, I miss it. I want to play it again.
Yeah, I can't wait to play it. I'm really loving revisiting Mystery Dungeon. I'm looking forward to revisiting Ranger. There are other spin-off games I would love to play. Like, a few people have mentioned it to me and they're all like, oh, it's alright, it's not that good. Conquest.
I've only seen that game. I've never managed to play it, but it looks so different that I'm fascinated.
Same. I think the person I've seen that I know that's played it is who's on it, the team as well, fellow team member Matt Calder. I think he's the only one I've seen play it, and I was genuinely fascinated. I'm like, I sort of know what's going on here, but I don't, but I like it. Like, the general curiosity of not knowing fully what this game's about just makes me want to know more and find a copy and be like, right, I have no idea what I'm doing, but I'm gonna give this a try. You know?
Yeah.
Like the excitement of a new experience is
it's just
fascinating.
Like a game that it looks like a game that uses the brain, and it's a game that I'm fascinated with.
Yeah, same.
Um, I've also not nowhere near when it came out, but like a few years ago, I managed to try Pokemon Colosseum for the first time,
Yeah.
and that was a GameCube release, and
Hmm.
that is, I mean, I don't know if I'm just bad at it or not, but that is not an easy game.
I
Um,
think it's hit or miss. I did play a little bit, and I played a bit of Gale of Darkness, I believe was the other one on GameCube.
I haven't played a Gale of Darkness yet. I've played a little bit of Colosseum, a little bit of Colosseum. I haven't completed it yet anywhere near, but I do want to complete that at some point, and I want to play Gale of Darkness because
Yeah, they look
they
really
look,
good. You can shiny hunt on
yeah.
those games too, by the way. It's Coliseum you can. I know for a fact because
Oh,
Sean, or Ghostbeard, another member of PokeHaven, he's gotten a shiny Cyndaquil, not Cyndaquil, Quilava from that game. It starts off as a shadow Pokemon, but he got that one, and he's
yeah.
also gotten a couple other ones. So there's also that game to shiny hunt on as well, which is really really interesting. Some of the resets are a bit long, but like he
Mm.
persistent. He's got I think 2 or 3 on Coliseum now.
Oh my
And then
god.
there's other creators that I've seen on Twitter and other like people that shiny hunt. They've gotten like Suicune and Entei on those games as well. I was like, holy damn, dude! Patience to you. It's 1 in 8,000. Some of those resets are about 5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, kudos to them, you know. Like I couldn't do that just because one, I don't have the console to be able to play it on, and two, my patience sometimes wears very thin on certain shiny hunts, especially as of recently. I
Mm.
revisited my Galarian Slowpoke hunt, and that is at roughly 6,000 encounters, not resets, encounters. English. I know
Oh
what English
man.
is. So yeah, I've loved seeing people get back into the older games, well, especially spin-off ones, because like I tried to find some just like out of curiosity for get a gauge on the prices, and holy bejeebus, Batman! Some of the prices that they're at now, because everybody's getting back into it, is absolutely wild.
I love the attention that the older games are getting though, because
Oh, I love it too.
like
It's just
I
expensive.
I know, but I always love like old school games. And I love going back to play the games that I grew up with as a kid. And um, because of the amount of attention they're getting, there are people that haven't played them, but either because they were too young or didn't know about them, that are going back and playing them, and that's a cool thing to me because it's it's cool to see that the games live on even though they're old as hell. Like it's so nice to see people actually enjoying it as well. It shows that some get not all of the games, not all of the games, but some of the games do somewhat hold up. Um, and especially when I see people stream it and just having a good time, it's just so cool. Because I'm like, I remember playing that when I was a kid, and I remember feeling like this.
Yeah, for
It's-
sure. Because most of the up and coming like generation for like people that are playing Pokemon and gamers in general, they're getting all these really, excuse me, like really I guess like fancy quality games, like graphics wise, like gameplay, everything like that. But if you tried to play something from back in our day, they would be very much like, is this what it was like? Like, what is
yeah.
happening? So it is good to see that even though, despite the fact that like I said, a lot of them are playing the newer games. It's good to see people taking interest in seeing what it was like years and years ago.
Mhm.
Is really cool. So I do hopefully like just because I want to get like the rest of my collection back. So I'm currently trying to find the last couple Ranger games. I need to get Explorers of Time, Darkness, Red and Blue, and then like I think from the main series, all I'm missing is Diamond, Pearl, Pokemon White, Pokemon Black 2. Like that's
Yeah,
all I'm missing, but they're so expensive right now.
I
Like
know.
for a copy of Diamond, I'm looking up to upwards of at least just a minimum price of like $100. Like they're
I
so
know it's still like
expensive right
sixty
now because they're in
pounds.
such
Like
demand by everybody. Wait, how much for you?
I know about 60, 65 pound maybe.
Oh my goodness.
So it's like
If I
it's
converted that, that'd probably be about the price it is here.
yeah, that's about 9,500 Australian dollars. So it's it's just absurd. I remember playing them. I remember getting it for the first time because, like you, it was a similar situation. Me and my younger brother had opposite versions of Gen 4 games. Like I had Pearl, he had Diamond.
Yep.
Um, and it was like just under that price when it was released.
Yeah.
And seeing the price of it now, it's like I wish I kept I wish I didn't play it. I wish I kept it in the case
Yeah.
because the amount of money I can make from it now. But I am very happy knowing that that's part of my upbringing, part of my childhood, so to speak. Because I spent so much time in Pearl, then Platinum came out, and like seeing these games in high demand now, it's like other people understand why I enjoy it so much, and that's a cool thing.
Yeah, it's a very, very cool thing. I think cool question to kind of like just talk about a bit and to wrap up this episode is if you could get any spin-off game or side game on the Nintendo Switch, if Game Freak came to you and said, right, you get one game from the mates, the side or spin-off games to put on Switch, which one would you like? What would it be for you, Luke?
Stadium straight away.
Stadium,
Because
just no hesitation.
no hesitation. I want the gym tower. I want the battles. I want the mini games. That trifecta of features in that game needs to come to Switch, and the moment it does, Nintendo and Game Freak are making a hell of a lot of money because there's still a strong audience for that game, like the people that played it in the past and the people that want to play it, and even people that are new to the franchise. Just having, even if it was just to be a game, like where you could just do battles with any Pokemon that you wanted, not necessarily transfer to home, but if you had like a Pokemon Showdown style game
Yeah.
on the Switch, it would sell like crazy.
Yeah, that would
If you
definitely happen for the competitive people that just want to battle all the time. That would be just like the best game for them.
Yeah, and if you had a game that kind of combines that, take away a little bit of the. If you want to have a way of transferring Pokemon into this Stadium game for Switch, then and then like maybe earn something in vice versa, like for example getting a Jirachi from Pokemon Coliseum, I think in the past for Ruby and Sapphire. If you just do something similar to that, then it'll be a bit awkward to try and have like a Pokemon Showdown style.
Yeah.
But if that's not possible, then throw in the battles, throw in the gym leader towers, and throw in the mini games, because those are what made Stadium 1 and 2 so good. And the fact that we haven't, I mean, the last game we had like it was Battle Revolution on the Wii.
Yeah.
What
do you think of that
I
game?
I never got a chance to play it. I've never played it, which is really annoying because it's a Gen 4 game and I know I love it.
Yeah,
I know I love it
Gen
so
4.
much. Sinnoh is my baby, but
I think it's everybody's. No, not everybody. I think it's a lot of people's. To be fair, it was so well received at the time. It still is now with the remakes. Wink,
definitely. And Pokemon Legends Arceus side game. Looking forward to it.
And upgrade.
But a stadium style game, including mini games, would be amazing on Switch. Think of how well. I mean, just because of how it was implemented, Mario Party did not sell as well as maybe it could have. Or it did, but it kind of fell out the limelight. That's just because the online was awful. Like, it was just really bad.
Was it a lag related or just connectivity? Yes. Oh, it's connectivity, yeah. I figured with something like that, it's more best for local play, but with with COVID, you couldn't exactly, be in the same room as a lot of people at the moment. So.
But when it came out, that was possible. Like, I got the game, and the amount of fun I've had with that with my younger brother, it's so fun. And I've played it a bit with Rileyy as well, and it was a great time. But it's just, I don't know, there was something about it that was lacking. If a Stadium-esque game could come to Switch and everything was working as intended, and the online, if there was an online function, if that worked, it doesn't even need to have an online function. But if it had one, that'll make it even so much better. And being able to play like the mini games, the battles, maybe even throw in like a multi-battle function in the gym towers.
Yeah.
That would sell so well, and I would buy. I mean, I'd only buy one. Maybe like I'd also buy another one for Rileyy. But like, my brain would want to buy 20 copies because it would just sell so well, and I really want that game. Anyway, I spoke about that answer way too long.
No, you're good.
If you was approached to bring any old school sideline game to Switch, what would it be?
Ranger.
Really?
I'm curious to see how motion controls would work with that game. I think the Joy-Cons, being able to use them instead of like, having to use your like drawing circles all the time. I think the motion controls would work very well, or even maybe on the Pro controller. But I do think Ranger would look spectacular on Switch.
I think motion controls, just talking about motion controls in games makes me nervous because I don't really enjoy motion controls at all. But
that's fair.
I think it still could work really well done right in a Pokemon Ranger game because, like you say, if Pro Controller could work with it as well, it would just be a bit clunky, but sure. But the Joy-Con would probably be best for it. Like you could like do circle motions, do draw circles with them. You could even have like for those who are playing handheld, you could have a touchscreen element to it. So I think there's a lot of opportunity that they could do with the Switch Ranger games. That's not an idea.
Yeah, I really do think there's a lot of potential for it because whilst on DS it was good, I do remember my sports DS screen being a little bit scratched after playing that for so long. So I do think with the motion controls, because the Switch is quite powerful, I do think it would do decently well with it, and I think they would have the option for Pro Controller because a lot of people love using their Pro Controller, so you could switch between the two. You're not locked into having to use the Joy-Cons, but I do think it would be a very cool feature. Plus, you have a little Pokemon follow around. You could see all the ones following you around. Imagine if they could do that in like a 3D form. Like, that would look really cool to have like Plusle following you around or Minor, depending on who you chose, as well as whatever Pokemon else you could catch. Like, I think that would be very, very cool to see.
I think that's an opportunity that I think they'd be silly to pass up on that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think there would be a market for that because Ranger was very well received at the time. I do think they milked it a bit too much with like having 3 games, but I personally enjoyed all of them. I wouldn't mind if they came as a collection, some description on the Switch if they were allowed to, or maybe try to put as much as they can to one game. But either way, I would think that would be a good opportunity for them to show off more motion control based games and bring life back to a series that people did genuinely enjoy. I've never seen much negativity towards Ranger that I know of, but I'm sure it's there. Not every game's perfect, but I personally very much loved Ranger and spent too many hours trying to catch everything and beat the game over and over again because like I need to have everyone following me around as much as I can and complete everything. So I would love to see that again on Nintendo Switch.
If you're watching this or listening to this on YouTube, right? If you listen to us on YouTube, I want people to comment with like what that question. If there was any side game that you would want to have the opportunity to bring back to Switch, for example, what would it be and why, and what would be your pitch for it? Because I know that a lot of people have different games they hold dear to their hearts. Like for me, it's Stadium. For Lani, it's Pokemon Ranger. So it's interesting to see different people's opinions because until Lani mentioned Ranger on Switch, I didn't really think of it that much. But that's kind of a cool idea.
Yeah, so make sure you comment down below if you're watching this on YouTube. I'd very much love to hear you guys' answers and interact with us because we'll probably try to have a question for all of you to answer as much as we possibly can for every episode and make it related to the topic we're discussing or something that's been going on in the community recently. We'd like to hear your guys' opinions. If you have any suggestions of topics you want discussed, please let us know. We're pretty much open and willing to talk about anything. It doesn't have to just be Pokemon. Like, this can be about like trends or topics within the community or anything you think needs to be spoken of and things like that. So we definitely have a few ideas in mind. I know we want to do a episode for competitive overall for Pokemon with VGC, so I think we'll be doing that in the near future. If you want us to talk about like TCG or anything like that, please let us know down below. We very much like to hear your guys' feedback because it's what helps us keep improving and putting out more of the content we do for you guys, because this is really fun. I've wanted to do a podcast for a while, but I've always been a bit hesitant because I'm very awkward, but I'm enjoying this journey nonetheless. So I think
it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think that's where we're going to leave it for today. So thank you guys if you're listening on Spotify. Thank you guys for listening to the episode. We hope you enjoyed. For those of you watching on YouTube, if you have enjoyed it, please give this a thumbs up. And like I said, answer a question down below. If you could have any side or spin-off game on the Switch, what it would be and why. And let us know what you guys think. And we hope you all have a fantastic week. And we'll see you all again, same time, same place, doing the same thing. So we'll catch you later. Bye, everyone.
Bye, guys.